Do I need to scoot over?
What's up? This is Zach Osborne. You're listening to the Motoxpod show.
Hey, it's Ricky Carmichael, and you're watching the Motoxpod show.
Welcome to the Motoxpod show, starring Darkside, his co-host Scotty, sometimes TJ.
What's up, guys? We are back this week, episode 249 of the MotoXpod show. Brought to you by Jerky's USA, which for decades has been the leader in moto plastic and accessories. The products that fit perfect, look great, and last. Jerky's has what you need. Whether you want a full plastic kit, individual pieces, hand guards, TJ just got some of those, chain guides and sliders, or anything else they offer, visit Cherby'sUSA.com and support our title sponsor. Also, co-title sponsor Racetech is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning go valves and settings are 100% guaranteed. And they're made right here in the USA. Scotty, since you hate every other country, Racetech also offers state-of-the-art precision engine services and parts to all engine builders. Visit racetech.com for more info and use promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Also on board with us, Fly Racing, X-Brand Goggles, Works Connection. Use that promo code MOTOXPOD20 to save on a Pro Launch start device, elite clutch perches, radiator braces, etc. Torque One Racing, our Jerky for your snack needs. Anaheim's like, I don't know, 2 months away? Not even? Yeah, I guess right, two month and a half away. Stock up on some our Jerky. Use promo code MotoXPod21 to save so you have what you need during the Supercross races. Bermlords, Graphics, and Jersey ID, Shock Socks, Williams Motorworks, Extreme Colors, Blood Lubricants, Power Band Racing, TruFusion Sports, and Grill Your Ass Off. And I did ship out those Grill Your Ass Off packages today. I shipped out the record, the Hellfire album, so that stuff did finally go out. You're welcome. We're going to get into the X-Brand Lucid conversation. X-Brand Lucid goggles are out now, available through WPS at your local dealerships. They come with the Wavelast Quick Release Lens System, Race Face 4-layer factory foam, Lucid Extreme Definition Optics, and I'm telling you, they are amazing. X-Brand goggles. All right. Well, we just had some racing this weekend. I don't know how many people listening got to watch Paris. Apparently, the two guys in studio with me, TJ, Scotty, did not watch it. Scotty, what's up?
Oh, not much. I mean, it was a little hard since we were in America and you were in Europe for us. I mean, you had a pretty easier chance to watch it than
Did you not watch World Supercross?
It was on TV.
But you had to pay for it. And then it was
on Hulu. It was on my Hulu Live.
It did come on the regular yeah. Okay. Well, there was links. There was people watching it on YouTube. Scott, TJ, what's your excuse? Same thing?
I was riding dirt bikes.
Okay. So
I was product testing.
So I don't know what we're going to talk about. What did you guys think about the racing? Okay, great.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was good.
Cool. Yeah. I did get to go.
That's what we want to talk about, is this amazing trip you had to go see the Eiffel Tower and all the things in Paris that you have to go see when you go there.
I've seen pictures of the Eiffel Tower. I don't see why I have to go see it.
I mean,
it's a freaking tower.
That is...
I mean, you have to go see these like things, these places in France that are like iconic, because if you don't go see those places, then it's kind of a waste of a trip, right?
No, I went to watch racing, and I hung out with Ken Roxon and Cooper Webb and Justin Brayton, so it wasn't a waste of a trip. I did want to go see the Eiffel Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work out. It's pretty busy.
Did you have an Eiffel Tower?
What the fuck is he talking about?
I have no clue.
You don't know what an Eiffel Tower is?
No.
2 guys, 1 girl.
Okay, anyway. Can we let him go?
We're starting off early with a bunch of ridiculousness.
Somebody's going to think that was funny.
Yeah, your mom. Anyway,
Oh, and that was just
That
so
was-
much
that was
better.
terrible. That
Oh
was
my
even-
god.
so
That was even worse.
I didn't get to go. Just the trip. There was no time because I get done with the races late at night. I got to get interviews ready. Back to the arena the next day. There's a couple of times where I thought I was going to get to go, but just because of posting videos and taking the time to edit, didn't ever get over there. I wanted to go Sunday night. It was about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning by the time I was able to get freed up, and the guys at the hotel said, you're not going to be able to get there this late. The trains weren't going to that stop, and if you don't have a prepaid pass, you can't go. So I didn't get to go.
And then you brought the Rona back.
I am sick right now. I got home last night, pretty tired, woke up this morning not feeling good, and I've gradually gotten sicker all day. So I hope that's not what it is. Definitely not feeling very good.
I feel threatened that we don't have plexiglass between us, and you're not wearing a mask. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm not. You can wear a mask. Go get one. I'm not worried. I'm already sick. What does it matter?
I don't know if anybody saw his face when I said that. It was awesome.
Whose face? Mine?
His.
Or his? Oh.
He was just like, oh.
Well, we got some good racing in.
palm.
For those that watched, Ken Roczen is the king of Paris. Matt Moss, in a surprise, a little bit of a surprise, was the Prince of Paris. Chris Blows had the thing wrapped up in the Supercross 2 class. Very last race of the night, about halfway through, dropped the front end of the whoops, over the bars. That was it. Man, lost it. So Matt Moss, who went something like, God, I want to say he was like 6.44 or 8.44 on night one. On night two, went 1.11 and just
Wow.
clutch, came in. Hasn't been riding the 250 much, figured it out, and walked away with Prince of Paris. He was
How
really
old
excited.
is Matt?
I don't really know.
He's an older
older
guy.
than the other guys,
Yeah,
for
that's what I
sure.
was thinking, yep.
Yeah, but he did really well. He was beyond excited. Chris was pretty bummed. Chris still ended up third overall.
Chris had won it before, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the 450 class, really going into night one, I thought Eli was going to clean house. He looked good. He was pretty much faster than everybody else most of the races. But Kenny just got better and better as the weekend went on and was absolutely dominating in the whoops. His whoop speed on that Honda was unreal. He was killing it. And they were big, big whoops.
Do you think the shorter races helped him?
I'm going to say based off his history, yes, probably.
But from being there, did you see any? I know y'all are best friends now, but did you see any drop off like in person being there where you're like, okay, I can kind of see a chink
Not
in his
really.
armor?
He held his position pretty strong the entire time.
Awesome.
Yeah, he looked really good. He said he's feeling, of course, they're all going to say this.
Yeah.
He said he's more comfortable on this Honda than he ever was on the factory Honda. That he's, if you listen to some of the
Yeah, I
interviews
did.
they did on Vital,
I did.
he talks about, like, hey, I'm able to get this bike feeling how factory Honda I just never could. He was pretty honest about it. He didn't say what exactly. He wouldn't give me details. But he's happy on that Honda. Now, he rode
I don't
Stark
understand why that
Varg
makes
this week, and he's riding the Suzuki sometime this week. But
It doesn't make any sense to me why any factory team wouldn't give the rider what they want. I hear Cowie's
he
bad
kinda said
about it.
that, didn't he? If you listen to one,
Yeah.
he's like, they think we don't know what we're talking about, but we do.
Well, he
Yeah.
doesn't ride for them anymore, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, he seems pretty stoked on the bike, and then Eli looked really good. He had a big one, almost had a big one in Super Pole
Right.
on night 2.
Right?
Was he on the 23?
22.
No, 22.
He's still on the
Yep. So if you watch my interviews on Vital, this guy.
I at least kept up.
Yeah, thank you.
He was out there marketing media.
Supermoto marketing media.
Yeah.
I mean, I have this technically is my third job as of right now, so I'm still doing 3 things at once.
You're still waiting tables too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dedicated.
Your
Why are
feet-
you playing footsies with
Because
me,
your
bro?
feet are in my side.
Uh,
But anyway,
yeah, kind of.
yeah, it was a really cool experience. The racing was good. A lot of fun watching those guys ride. Justin Brayton looked good. I don't know how well this translates for what's coming in Supercross. It's kind of just a warm up. But really, again, just like last weekend at Glen Helen, the most fun part, the most rewarding was the hanging out with the guys, kind of busting balls with Cooper Webb and making sure we're okay now. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that story before. And then like going to dinner with Ken Roczen Sunday night, which I've never spent any time with Ken Roczen, getting to actually talk about music and kind of build a little of a bond. And Steve Mathis and I hung out pretty much the whole weekend. He saved my ass a couple times. So, yeah, fun weekend overall. Language barrier was a little bit of an issue at times.
I was gonna say, what was the weirdest part about Europe
The weirdest?
or the wildest? I don't know. Yeah, whatever you.
I don't know if anything was super weird or wild. It was just some of the communication was difficult. Going
Right.
to order food, and they kind of speak English, but they say things a little different, and you're trying to being picky eater like me, hey, plain and dry, they don't know what the hell plain and dry is.
Yeah.
So
That's on you.
you get some stuff. Yeah, I guess it is. You go order some food and like, I don't know what any of these ingredients are.
Yeah.
So I was having to have like JB or Steve or whatever come, well, this is this. And I'll try it. It wasn't too bad. It was it was not as comfortable, obviously, as being in America and just knowing how everything works.
Have you ever been out of them?
I went out of the country to Singapore when I was like 20, so that would have been 98-ish, somewhere around there. That's not even right. 90. Well, I guess maybe I was 22. I think it was 98. But I was young, and I was with a bunch of people Singapore was actually more Americanized than France was. Like everybody spoke English there, where I went, so it wasn't a big deal. This is the first time in pretty much where I spent a significant amount of time. I had to figure some things out.
Yeah. What did you? I know you probably didn't get a chance to listen to the industry seating pod with Jason Thomas, but he brought up something that I thought was really interesting about how, like, he was training and he was riding on the Suzuki back in the day, and his bike was awesome, and then he went to Paris where it was a different, it was closer to Supercross, and realized I have to do stuff to my bike. Did you get any of that from anybody where they were like thinking that they were going to be better than what they were and they came in? Because everybody, all the interviews that we've heard, the bike's the best ever. But you don't have to drop names. Was there anybody behind the scenes that was like, oh God, we're in trouble?
Nobody said that. I kind of feel like the KTM guys might be feeling that way.
Of course they are.
They were
the bike is junk.
Not good in the whoops. Not good at all. Cooper was and Marvin were not good in the whoops. They just weren't.
That new bike is not good compared.
So they never said that. We kind of made some comments, and they're like, "Oh, it's fine," but it never looked fine. It looked really bad. Like the speed through the whoops was so significantly different. It'd be like me trying to go through the whoops almost. Like it was just unreal, the difference. But I did talk to Yulo, which is JB's mechanic, and Peyton, which is Kenny's mechanic, and a couple other guys. I talked to Marvin's mechanic about the bikes, and they didn't really make any changes. They just brought the bike as was, and maybe a couple clicker changes, but nothing significant. The bikes were good right out of the crate.
Well, I figured, what's his name? Eli's would, because he's just riding last year's Soupy bike.
Yeah. So he didn't have to change anything, and those bikes, pretty much the same bikes they rode in Australia a few weeks ago. Everything's just ready to go. But the track was a little more difficult than the Australian tracks, or the World Supercross tracks.
Yeah.
The whoops were big. Everybody was very surprised how big they were.
Which is a good thing.
I think so, yeah. It was pretty entertaining to watch the guys that don't ride a lot of Supercross go through them, or even A-Ray. We're going to talk to A-Ray here. By the way, Cullin Park and A-Ray on the show tonight. Both
Cullin wasn't there, was he?
Yeah, he was there.
Was he?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he rode really well. He actually improved throughout the weekend also. Just got better and better. He was there. But A-Ray was basically went there just to make some money and try to do the laps, and he was not doing the laps.
Yeah, because
he crashed in every one of them Saturday. But then Sunday he got through all the way through. That was like we were like, yay, you didn't crash.
Can you imagine just being that dude that
he was so banged up?
That is just like your buddies are just happy if you finish. Right?
Yeah. He was responding to some of the tweets we were doing. I was on the Vital Twitter, and then Mathis was doing the Racer X, and it was a whole lot of, A-Ray doing the laps. Oh, no, never mind. Take it back. He's down. A-Ray's down.
That's like us saying, that some of our buddies are like, hey, they did more than 4 laps at the track today.
Yeah.
It
was entertaining to watch. He was not thrilled, but he's pretty banged up still.
Yeah.
I mean, his wrist is better. Hasn't had much time on the bike. His knee was bothering him, and it was a bit of struggle street.
You have to, there has to be a balance with every rider to find that, like not bringing it back to Doc or whatever, but he needs more A-Ray, and A-Ray needs more caution. I'm talking about like
A-Ray was trying to be cautious, and I think that was what was biting him. Really, it was the whoops that kept getting him.
Oh, yeah.
And he was trying to jump through them, but they were so big, like he'd get a little whiskey, and you'd see it real nose high, and then all of a sudden, and that was kind of the joke. He did crash after the triple and went onto the concrete, and Steve and I both missed it because we got done. We said, hey, A-Ray did do the laps, like his second sprint, night one. And somebody on Twitter said, nope, he went down. He was on the concrete. I guess somebody that was there.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, shit, we missed it. So then I asked him about it. He goes, hell yeah, we're doing it. Crashed again. I said, come on, A-Ray.
So this is, you didn't go to any of the World Supercross rounds.
No.
But this is the first time in person you've seen the Super Pole. Don't they do a Super Pole there?
They did do Super Pole. It was pretty cool.
So is that something that you think could or should be introduced into American Super?
I like it. It's very cool. to watch them individually go for a fast lap, and everybody's eyes are on that one
And
guy.
how many laps do they get? 2 laps?
Two. They get like a roll lap,
Yep.
and then they go for it, and that's it.
That's
So
it.
while one's on his hot lap, when he goes by the start,
Yeah.
the next guy kind of rolls out, makes a half throttle
Behind
kind
him. Yeah.
of lap, and then once he gets to the finish, he's on it,
And the next one's
and then
in.
the next guy rolls through. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they only did, I think, the top 10, as I recall.
Yeah.
So.
Right. I know it's only so many of them.
Yeah,
Right?
It was really cool because you like Eli was on a heater on night 2, and he OJ this double going into the quad, and then cased the ever loving shit out of the quad. Somehow rode away from it because like most of us would have died, and that was like a big topic with it because I think he dropped back to 7th or 8th in Super Bowl that night. So
Yeah.
I think maybe even 10th. I think he had 10th place gate pick.
And so is that what Super Bowl is? Gate pick?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So it was,
So it means something, but doesn't mean everything.
See, I think that first place should get an extra point.
I'm not
And
opposed to
if
that.
they did it in our series.
Yeah.
Certainly not opposed to that.
And a gate pick too would be cool. Like the top 10 gate pick,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you're the fastest in Super Bowl, you get a point.
Well, yeah,
That'd be cool.
because then they'd be throwing it out for that extra point.
But yeah, it was a really, really cool experience. I hope you guys, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. There's some good racing. Got a few minutes before we get Cullin on, and a couple of the cool stories, because I don't really want to do too much after the interviews tonight. I want to go to bed. Like I said, I'm sick, guys. Sorry. Kind of making up or whatever we want to call it with Coop. I think Coop's going to come back on the show. We got that straightened out. He said he was never really upset with me. Just a little bit of a miscommunication.
Did he admit that you don't bug him? Like,
No, but I called him out and said, hey, man, I only had you on like 6 times in 3 years, twice a year. And I might have asked you more than that, but if you're not responding or if you're saying, hey, I can't do it this week, I don't know that means you don't want to do it. So we were kind of just busting on each other a little bit, but I think we're cool. And I had a pretty funny moment with JB because Vital has the reputation, of posting stuff or whatever that they shouldn't.
I'm not. I'm not trying to stop you. You can keep doing your thing.
I know.
Just keep going.
Anyway, so JB was telling Steve and me about some stuff that he's kind of planning on doing this year, and he looked at me and he goes, I don't want to see that on Vital. I was like, too late, it's already up. We're voice recording straight to Vital. So anyway, we had some good times. And again, if you guys listen to Pulp, we're recording the show the same night as Pulp is doing his show. It's going to be a topic of conversation. I'm going to have to call in some of the things that happen.
yeah.
We don't really have time to get into it right now because we got to get Cullin on. But yeah, it was a little bit of a shit show for me with logistics.
And since we don't have like a distributor sponsor at the moment, Motorsports has on their YouTube channel that Driven to Ride, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
Drive to Ride.
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah.
You'll need to watch it. It's on the third episode, the one with RV and Weimer and Steve is
At Wolf Creek Lodge or
at
whatever
Wolf
it's
Creek.
called.
Yeah, whatever. Something Creek.
I don't know if
Cold
it's Wolf Creek. I think Wolf Creek is the place people go to. The
Snow skiing.
Oh,
Wolf
I
Creek.
thought that was what's the place called here in Texas where they go do the water slides inside?
Oh, I don't know. Wolf Creek
Anyway.
is a ski resort. But anyways, this place is. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. All right, we're gonna take a commercial break. We'll be back with Cullin Park. All right, our first guest of the night is going to be brought to you tonight by Works Connection. Since the inception of Works Connection in 1989, Eric Phipps's goal has been to produce Works-like products for the general public. With products like the industry-standard Pro Launch Start Device, the Elite Clutch Perch, radiator braces, customized master cylinder covers, and much more, it's hard to imagine you not going to WorksConnection.com so you too can have what the pros use. Use promo code MOTOXPOD20 to save. Tonight, Works Connections brings us Cullin Park. What's going on, Cullin?
Oh, not much. Just trying to get back in the routine. Traveling back from Paris, the time change. I know it's only 6 hours, but man, it's tough. I got up so early this morning. I was up at like 4 or 5 wide awake. So kind of bummed on that, but got to go ride tomorrow. So trying to get back on a time change.
Yeah, it was not an easy transition, and I actually got sick. I'm sick today, like really sick. So I don't know. I hope I didn't catch a bug or some crap, but I was hoping to do some riding this week too, but I don't think it's going to happen. It was a rough trip.
Yeah, well, yours might have been rough, but I got to say, mine was a lot of fun. I had a fantastic time, and I actually got sick right before I went to Paris, so I'm hoping I don't get sick again.
Yeah, I think you ended up 4th overall, right, in Supercross SX2?
Yes, 4th overall.
Yeah, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, you went 5.83 on night 1, 2.39 on night 2, and yeah, I mean, it worked out. You improved your riding throughout the weekend? What was it that you felt like you were learning?
To be honest, so I made some suspension changes before racing started, and I'll be honest, I didn't actually touch my bike one time once racing started. Once the gate dropped, I'm not the type who really likes to change a lot. So once I started racing, I'm just like, okay, like my bike's clearly rideable. Now I just need to adapt to whatever comes my way. And to be honest, the first two races, I just got some bad starts, and the one I got 8th in, I was coming through the pack, and as I tried to make a pass for 5th, I just washed the front, like just a simple little crash, and ended up 8th, and that hurt me on night one even for a podium. And then came out of the gate finally pretty good in the final main, and dude, like I had a really good race. I felt like Blos and Jace were right in front of me, and we had like a good battle there for a little bit. I felt like I honestly left some out there on the table. I'm like, man, I think I should have gone better than 3rd, and it kind of kept me up at night, the night in between the race. I didn't go to bed till like 2 or 3. I was just laying in my bed just hyped up, like dude, I just want to go race right now. Like I feel like I left some out there. And the next day showed up, and I just felt good right off the rip. And practice was much better for me. I always struggle in qualifying, something I'm really trying to work on going into the 23 Supercross season. And I was 4th in qualifying, and first race came, I ripped a really good start, like best one of the week. I was almost first going in the turn, but I came out like 3rd or 4th, made some quick passes in the second. I'm like, dude, I can win this main. Like, come on. And I felt like I was riding good. And Moss, dude, I don't know what he ate or what he did overnight, but he was a different guy the second night, because he was leading, and I'm like, okay, I can pass this guy. I'm gonna win it. And he like I was better than him on like half of the track, and then man, he was crushing the whoops. I'll give it to him. He was riding really good, and he kept me on, or I tried to keep him honest the whole race, and man, the mistake never came that I was hoping for. So got 2nd in that one right behind him, and second race was kind of the same, but 3rd. And so going into the final race, I'm like, okay, like I have a shot at the overall. I know Moss had a 1-1. I had a 2-3. But I'm like, anything can happen. I mean, look at Blos. He had, I want to say, Prince of Paris kind of wrapped up in a sense, and ended up DNFing, you know. So first lap, I got a bad start and completely blame myself. I just put myself in a bad situation, and off the finish line, Thomas Doe, my teammate, actually, he had landed off the right side and like just went in, cut over to go to the inside, and I had overjumped the finish line by like just a smidge, like not much, and I just couldn't hit the brakes fast enough, and I hit him and high-sided and went down. So bent my bars, and that was first lap of the race. So I was dead last. And from that point on, I was just trying to do what I could, and I made as many passes as I could, and I ended up 9th. I was so disappointed. I had a podium I thought for sure, you know, and even with the 9th, I missed the podium on Sunday night by 1 point. And then I don't know, had I gotten 2nd or 3rd or 1st maybe in the last meet, I don't know if I would have ended up 3rd overall with Blos, because obviously he crushed it night 1. Like, holy smokes, that dude was good. But yeah, I ended up P4. Not at all what I wanted. Obviously, I really wanted to go to Paris and get a podium, but I got to say I was really happy with my riding. I just got to clean up those couple of mistakes, because ultimately they definitely cost me.
So going over there and your team, everybody goes over, but did they bring a whole bike, or is it just suspension and grips and graphics and stuff, or how does that work out with y'all?
So actually, I was on a completely different team over there. So luckily enough, my team here, Phoenix Racing Honda, they were kind enough to even let me go. Like, that opportunity is not something I want to pass up. And luckily, they were so cool with me going over. David and Heath, they're actually all for it. Just that's like an experience of a lifetime. And plus, just I'm the type of guy that the more I race, the better. So Team Honda SR over there, they supplied me with the bike. Team dude, they were all so good. They just brought me in with open arms, and I felt like family right off the go. You know, we were cracking jokes with the little English that they knew, and they were teaching me some French language, whether it was good or bad. It was still fun. And I ended up bringing my suspension, bars, and my clutch perch, just to have the same feel from my bike here in America. And I mean, I felt pretty comfortable right off the go from press day.
Oh, cool.
What kind of clutch perch is it?
I I want to say it's a Works Connection one, actually.
There you go.
Nice. That's what I was hoping to hear.
So, and then my other question was the whoops that everybody kept talking about over there. Are y'all, like, obviously they were big. Is that what are y'all practicing on stuff like that during the week?
Yeah, so Club MX, actually. I'm originally from Florida, but I've moved to North Carolina now just to be with the team. It's much easier. We ride at Club MX, and Club MX has built some big whoops. But I will be honest, those whoops in Paris were the biggest whoops I've ever hit. Club MX, actually, I will say their whoops are bigger, but they're a little bit more rolled on the top, like a bit around, where the whoops in Paris were so steep. And the second practice on the first day, we had the two 15-minute practices. The first day, second practice, I literally, out of the 15 minutes of practice, I maybe got through the whoops 2 or 3 times clean. And the 2 or 3 times I got through, I would mess up somewhere else on the track. And then finally, I'm like, okay, I have to just go for it in these whoops. I went in, just full commit, feet came off, I was Supermaning. And I was like, oh my, I'm so embarrassed right now of myself. The fact that I can't hit whoops. Like, I'm not claiming to be James Stewart through the whoops. But all last year in East Coast, I got through the whoops, perfectly fine. In Paris, that second practice, you would have thought I'd never hit a set of whoops before. It was so bad. They were gnarly.
Yeah, they were big. JB and Kenny made them look like nothing, but most of the guys were struggling.
Yeah, that's the most disappointing part. You're sitting on the sideline, and they basically just hit a straightaway. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, when I hit those, I know I don't look like that, so this is a bummer.
Yeah, right.
I was just kind of wondering what a race like this in the off season kind of does for you, and how, does it give you something to come back and work on, and how does it prepare you for the upcoming Supercross season?
Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm the type, when I'm training, I always just want something to work for. You start training for East Coast back in October, and that's so many months to just go with no racing. And so for me to have Paris, it gave me that extra motivation, I guess you could say, where I'm like, okay, I have something to work for. I want to go race. I want to go do good. So I've been putting my head down for the past few weeks, and like I said before, I feel like the more racing I get, the better I get. So yeah, I try to race as much as I can, and so even doing that, it felt good to see that. I feel like I've definitely made some progress in my racing since this past season of Supercross. So see that it just kind of fuels the fire a little bit more. I'm getting back on the bike tomorrow here in the States, and right back to work. And now obviously I won't race again until Houston. So I for sure know I need to work more on whoops and get those starts dialed, because I'm definitely looking to make that jump for this upcoming Supercross season and be more in the mix. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, I think this year your best race, if I'm not mistaken, was 9th in Foxborough, and you had a 10th in Indy, which are those are pretty good showings for a rookie, right? That's not like a factory level racer. I don't think that's bad, but obviously you want more than that. And Phoenix is a good team. The Phoenix Racing Honda team. You got your teammates Jace, Owen, and Cody Schock. Those guys are all very experienced. What's it like riding with those guys? Are you learning anything from them? Kind of, not even just the riding stuff, but day in, day out, leading up to a race. Are those guys helping you any?
Yeah, I'm learning a lot from them. And honestly, last year, having Kyle Peters, and even still having Kyle, dude, my man has so much wisdom, obviously. And also Heath Harrison, he's the team manager of the team. I think he raced for 10 years professionally. So those guys have been such a big help for me, honestly. At the track, just those little things that you don't even think of. And also even at the races, the stuff you don't sometimes think of. Yeah, they've been a huge help, and just being around them. And Jace and KP have quite a bit of age on me, so I probably annoy them a lot I like to ask a lot of questions, but I don't feel like you get better if you don't ask them, So,
right.
Yeah, to answer your question, they've been a huge help for me, all of them. And we all work really well together too, so it makes it so fun going to the track. We just cut up a lot, and I don't know, to me, I said this weekend, but the more fun I have, the better I do. So
of course
we try to keep it light, and I feel like we all enjoy what we do. That's for sure.
You mentioned training at Club, which the Phoenix racing team has a really good relationship with Club MX, and you guys have been training out there for a while. So that also means there's other guys around like Jeremy Martin and, of course, Phil and Marchbank. So that's other guys to maybe pull some information. Do you also have a pretty good relationship with the club guys? You get along, you hang out?
Yeah, honestly, I don't really hang out much with them outside of riding, but
Okay.
all the guys are really cool. Like I'm the type of guy I try to get along with everybody, and so I don't have any problems with anyone. And I actually like Phil Nicoletti a lot. I know he comes across as a little angry guy, but no, I actually really enjoy being around Phil. I think he's funny, and anytime he's mad, I kind of just laugh with him. So yeah, they're all really cool, and everyone's open to questions. And now even having Jeremy there, he'll make you feel guilty because the guy wants to do 200 laps a day, even when you're dead. So I think it's good to have them around. And yeah, I mean, dude, the level each day, we have basically a main event going on. There's so many guys, and the track, it's so broken down. So that's what I really like about being there, is how realistic the track gets on race day. So you show up when the whoops are that cupped, or the corners have 8 ruts in them cutting down, like literally club gets like that every day. So that's what's really enjoyable about being there.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah. It makes it tough, but it makes race day much easier.
For sure.
So you kind of mentioned some of those things that you've gotten from club and those guys. I kind of talk about your team a little bit as well. What are some of the advantages that Honda team gives to you, and maybe some of the things that you've experienced working with Martin?
Yeah, I mean, the team has been really good with me, especially last year or this past season, being a rookie. They were super helpful with me, and now this year, I think our bike's going to be much better. Tomorrow will be my first day on not quite the whole new motor package, but a good bit of it. And so I think we'll actually have a much better bike next year, which I'm so stoked about. Like, I felt like our bike last year was already pretty good. So I think next year our bike's that much better, and it's just going to make race day, I think, even more fun. So yeah, I had the option to get on some of the new parts before going to Paris, but I didn't want to do it just because I knew going to Paris I wouldn't be on that stuff. So I just wanted to practice on what I figured I would be racing on in Paris. So yeah, I'm really stoked about that tomorrow, and just a fresh week. And to answer your question though, yeah, our team's been working with Honda a little bit as well, like the HRC guys. I think they're able to ask questions, and they've also been pretty helpful with the team, just guiding us in the right direction. So that's really cool seeing them all work together. It makes us riders have that little bit more confidence,
Yeah, and barring injuries, I expect some really good results out of that team. All 3 of those guys. I mean, Jace looked really good this weekend. Obviously, he has a couple things to work on, and Cody's ready to go, I think. So, yeah, I think the team's gonna be good. Podiums, I hope, right? I don't know, maybe not so much wins, but you never know. But I think it's gonna be a team that's gonna be a threat.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think we still have 2-3 months until we go racing, but yeah, I think all 3 of us will be in a really good spot, and I think we're all kind of fired up this year, to be honest. We're all being able to ride together and stuff. That's just going to push us each day, and yeah, the level each day of riding is going to be like race day, and that's something I'm really trying to work with, because growing up, I was just always kind of just going to go ride by myself, and I think it would lack with my aggression. So I'm trying to get more fired up, and I felt like I had a bit of that in me in Paris. So that was one thing I was happy about. And yeah, like you're saying, I think we're all 3 of us will be in a really good spot when the gate drops come Houston.
Yeah, you mentioned a little while ago that you've always had an issue struggling in qualifying, and you got to get better at that. But how? How do you get better at that? What is it about qualifying that you struggle with?
If I had the answer, I probably wouldn't be talking about it. But
okay.
No,
Good point.
it's just to me, I think it's just shutting your brain off a little bit. I mean, you watch even Jet last year, like in qualifying. I mean, let's be real, he had some really sketchy moments, right? Like, I think you just have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable on the track. I think, in all honesty, in qualifying, if you watch a lot of the guys, sometimes they're in control, and I would say 60% of the time they probably don't know how they did it either. So that's I think that's something I just need to get more comfortable with. My style's always been like where I don't really make many mistakes, so that's what I've been trying to break, and being okay with dropping an elbow and getting a little sketchy.
Right on.
So one of the kind of questions I'd like to go to is I like to see.
How old are you?
What? Oh,
It's a
yeah.
hell.
Yeah, that's
It's an inside joke, Cullen. Sorry.
yeah. You know what's funny is I almost asked an age earlier, and I quickly shut my mouth. But so one thing I like to do is like I kind of want to see how you would compare yourself now to maybe like your rookie season, and maybe like what a defining moment was for you.
That's a really good question, but
Thank you.
for me, it's hard to say, but I gotta say, Daytona was a really good race for me. That was the third race of the season, and although on paper I had two races, it was Daytona and Detroit, where it was like an 18th and 19th. On paper, it was obviously horrendous, but Daytona, it was I didn't make the Triple Crown, so it was technically my second race, and I was running 11th for over half of the main, and I ended up getting taken down. And then the following weekend crashed again. So I was like, man, so went to Indy and I got that first top 10. And that was like a good turning point for me, because when I got the top 10, like, yeah, it's 10th. It's not that great. But for me, just being inside the top 10, I was like pretty happy with. And it just kind of gave me that next little step. And then obviously that whole shot at Foxborough was like, I would say obviously the highlight of my year, right? I mean, I got to lead the lap and see the pace, and I ran third in that race for, I want to say, like 5 minutes. And so that was, I would say that was for sure like the turning point for me, although I only had one race after that left. Just being that far up in the front and in the group was like, wow, like, okay, this is what it's like. And I really enjoyed being up there, obviously. So yeah, for sure I would have to say Indy and Foxborough, obviously, but Daytona, although the result wasn't good, it kind of gave me that spark where I was like, wow, okay, like I can be up here, you know?
Right. And you ended the year they gave you the rookie of the year honors.
Yes, I did get rookie of the year. So that was a pretty big deal for me as well as the team. You know, it was the first time for both of us, obviously, to get that. So that was really cool for me.
And outdoors, didn't you ride 450s for Phoenix?
I did. I raced so Phoenix doesn't normally race outdoors, and with me being a rookie, I'm like, I just don't want to go all summer without racing. I would have loved to have raced 250. I would have loved to have raced all 12 outdoors, but just being a bigger kid, it was just easier for us to go take a 450 outdoors, and I raced 6 of them. Unfortunately, we had some just crazy problems happening at the races, like just stupid little bike problems that we couldn't figure out. Like it was like just baffling what was going on to us. It was almost like comical at the end of the season. Right. We were like, dude, like we don't know like what is going on. So I only had like 2 decent results out of the year. I got 15th or 14th at Southwick. I don't remember exactly. And then my final round at Ironman, I went 17-15, I believe. Definitely far from where you want to be, but for my first year, and man, 450 class this year, it got even stronger as the season went on. So it was a tough year, but ultimately it's just going to help me, and it made me a better rider, you know? So just being able to race the 6 outdoors was helpful, because man, watching it on TV, it feels long, but when you're out there racing 2 35-minute motos, you are like, wow. By the end of the second moto, you are tongue in the spokes, just holding on for dear life.
You didn't want to spend the summer hopping on a 4-wheeler? I know Phoenix Racing does the quad racing.
Yeah, they do that as well. I'm down for anything. I really wanted to go and race the last GNCC at Ironman, but since I was racing Paris, I needed to focus on Supercross.
Yeah. I did that race, and my boss, Michael Lindsay, actually raced it on your team. He rode the Phoenix Honda. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep. Michael was there, and I heard he had a heck of a time racing. So I was kind of laughing because I tried one last year, and I know the feeling.
So that means that you wanted to, as you get more established in racing and you get free time in the off season. You're gonna be one of the riders that starts to hit these like off season different races, the cross country,
different disciplines,
ISD, whatever it's called.
ISDE.
Yeah,
ISDE. Yep. I would love to. I mean, I like racing. Like I've already said, the more racing for me, the better. And no matter what it is, I'm kind of into it. So, yeah. I mean, shoot, if there was even more Supercross off-season races, you would see me there if I was able to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, you might be able to get some more next year with World Supercross and Super Motocross going a little bit longer, and who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it's just, I don't know. Training like I enjoy training, but when you have a purpose to train, it just makes it that much better, you know. And then getting able to just, I don't know, just fly into the race, and that, I don't know, that stuff just gets me so fired up. And when you go to a race and the opening ceremonies or whatever, I love that stuff.
I could see it in your face this weekend. Like, you are definitely a happy kid. You were really excited just to talk to everybody and always seem to be up. Obviously, it was just one weekend, but I kind of saw that in your personality, that you definitely are fired up to be there and just loving everything about it.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's me for sure. This past year, even racing Supercross, I was the same way. I actually have a funny story from Paris. On Sunday, I read the paper wrong about what time I practiced, and for whatever reason, I thought I practiced at 11:40. Well, come to find out, I was at 11:20.
Yeah.
And my hotel was right across the street. I was in there. I was on the bicycle warming up in the hotel gym. No rush. It's 11 o'clock. I'm like, man, I still got 40 minutes. Like, I'll just show up early, like 30 minutes early. I'll just talk. Like, I just really enjoyed being at the race. So I show up. I'm in security line, just taking my time, no rush at all. Get in the doors. It's 11:13, and people from the team are like looking for me. They're like, "Oh, where you been? Where you been?" Because I forgot my phone in the hotel room actually, and Eric Sorby was like, "Yeah, everyone's looking for you." So I get there. They're like pointing at their wrist because they don't speak English very well, obviously. And I'm like, guys, no stress. Like, I ride at 11:40. I still got 30 minutes. Like, I don't know why you guys are freaking out. I walk into the rig, and Thomas Doe, my teammate's in there. And at this point, it's 11:15. I'm like, why is everyone rushing? We still have so much time. He says, no, we're at 11:20. Dude, I threw my gear on so fast.
Yeah.
My brother and sister were there. Like, I felt like I was 4 years old. They were helping me get ready. I literally put my gear on in 2 minutes and still made it down to practice on time. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just did that. So I went from just being all chill, like walking in, still talking to everybody like I had all the time in the world, and come to find out I had a total of about 7 minutes before I was on the track.
Full panic. I heard that from somebody. I don't remember who it was, Jace Owen or somebody else was talking about that you showed up late and had to rush because, yeah, you got mixed up.
That's
great.
It was just a bonehead move.
Yeah. Couple more questions for you. Just what can we expect out of you for 23? Like, you obviously you want to improve your qualifying. There's some things that you want to do better. In your head, what are your goals for 23?
My goals for 23 is obviously be the best version of myself. And like I said, I want to have a lot of fun because that's when I'm going to race the best. But, the results-wise, I want to make that jump. I want to be more of like a 7 to 10 guy. Consistently in the top 10, where last year I obviously only got the 9th and 10th. So I want to be more like in the 7 to 10, and shoot, maybe even later in the year, you get a good start, you put yourself in a good position and crack into a top 5, you know? So
okay. I like it.
I got to be realistic. Obviously last year, my results weren't the best, but I had the 2 top 10s. So you can't expect to go from being a 10th place guy to obviously like being consistent in the top 5. Right. So definitely trying to be reasonable with my goals, and I feel like being a 7 to 10 guy is the next step for me. And from then on, you know, we keep building. But yeah, for me, those are my main goals.
Okay. Last thing I want to ask you about, I was kind of creeping on your Instagram, just seeing if there was anything interesting to bring up tonight, and I saw that you were on the Hawaii trip with Chase and Kauai, and I want to ask you about your basketball post, man. You say you're like the best basketball player in Kauai. Are you a experienced basketball player, or was it just a good day?
Not one bit am I a good basketball player, but you got to fake it till you make it sometimes, right? I mean, hey, I got some height to me.
Yeah.
I'm 6'2", so that's about the only thing I got going for me in basketball, and I'm left-handed, so, you know, like seeing a lefty, you know, might throw a little bit of flair in there.
Sure.
And but really, you know, I just had those shirtless basketball pictures that I just wanted to post from Hawaii, you know? Yeah. So I had to throw a little confidence in there saying I was the best basketball player.
Yeah. I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was, that asked, like, do you ever wear a shirt? And I was like, I get that all the time because I'm always shirtless. Well, shirts are dumb.
And also, I mean, I'm from Florida, so I got a pretty good tan on me, you know, trying to show off the tan, and plus, we were in Hawaii. I mean, we're on vacation. You shouldn't even have to have a shirt, you know?
It's weird when you walk into the studio. He's already in here, doesn't have a shirt on. He's sitting behind the desk. You don't know what he has on below the desk. It's just really weird when he's sitting over there talking to you face to face, and it looks like he's sitting there butt naked. So, I mean.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you got to run with it. And I actually get in trouble at the races sometimes because I'll just walk out of the semi in my underwear. I'm just so used to, like, being in my underwear or shorts, whatever, you know? I don't even think I'm at a Supercross with thousands of people. Maybe I should put some clothes on. But
hey, I feel you.
As long as you're not showing your butthole like RV did.
Oh, wait a
I think
minute.
it'll be all right.
Speaking of, tell that story.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I mean,
Go.
I kind of did that this weekend for the world to see. My pants, they didn't even break. The buckle just came undone, and somehow when my pants dropped, it also brought my underwear. So I was racing, and I'm like, okay, my pants definitely have dropped, and I feel my cheeks over on my seat, but I'm hoping that you somehow can't see. And I came off the track and instantly just saw a bunch of pictures, and I was like, wow, that stinks. But you know what? Since it happened, you just have to run with it now. So I even like posted about it. Like it's at this point, it's kind of funny.
So basically, Anderson needs to step his game up.
Oh yeah, it's way more aggressive than Anderson. It's on Cullin's Instagram.
If you go on my Instagram, it's on my Instagram.
Full butt crack.
I don't think I'm going to go to some dude's Instagram to check his butt crack out. I'm just saying.
Just look at the other pictures.
I am.
There's like five. There's like five. You just swipe right, and eventually there's a butt crack.
Yeah, I think I'll skip.
Yeah, it's full. It was fully out, unfortunately. But hey, I don't know. It just happened. So
Scotty just looked at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was another one like where one of the riders was like, "Oh yeah, I'm back there, and all I see is Cullen's butt crack."
Dude, not many guys can say that they've mooned Europe over a triple. Like
That's
he
right.
got that, man.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And of course, it was the race that I down Saturday night, my best race of the night too. So I was on camera more, and just fully just showing the world what all I was about.
Awesome, man. Yeah, well, hey, dude, it was really really cool to get to visit with you a little bit this weekend and do a couple interviews with you. And I love your personality, man. So I look for big things come East Coast.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for having the time for me. And
of course.
Also, I'm gonna be dropping a YouTube video from Paris. I'm trying to show my personality more because last year I always got taken like I was super serious, and to me, I'm not the most serious person once you get to know me. So yeah, I'll be having some YouTube videos coming out here soon too. So
what's your YouTube channel?
Oop.
You there?
Oop.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
What's your channel?
I'll be posting it, but it's just my name, Cullin Park, will be my YouTube.
Awesome.
Cool. We'll get people to check it out, and look forward to it, man. It's great talking to you, though.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for having me on, and have a good rest of the show.
You too, man. Anytime you want to come on, let us know. We'll get you back on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night, guys.
You too. See ya. All right. Thanks to Cullin Park for coming on. Yeah, cool kid, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how we kind of never got him on the show last year.
Just because you hate people?
Well, maybe. Maybe. I mean, you guys know me. Just not a people person at all.
Not at all.
No, he was very into it. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the listeners were like the interview.
Yeah.
It's a cool kid. So
Good deal. Go follow him. Check out his YouTube when it comes out. I think he's going to be pretty good. You know, I don't know that I see him podium. I mean, he could, but realistically, probably not.
Yeah.
But we'll see him improve from last year, hopefully. And that's it. Phoenix Honda's a good team. Phoenix Racing Honda's got good bikes, got good riders. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good spot for him, and maybe within a couple of years we see him just continue to improve. Commercial break. We'll be back with Alex Ray.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I'm a hype man.
I like it. Yee.
What the hell was
Yee.
this?
I don't know. Isn't that something like I always hear my son go yee yee. I don't know what the hell that means.
Oh, what's that? Oh, I got to go now? Okay, I'll be right there.
I always heard yeet was like
I
you
was on the
chunk
phone.
something. Like you throw something, you yeet it.
Oh, maybe.
Did he really not get that? Like I was making a joke that I got to leave now because
He
you
wasn't paying- he
yeet,
wasn't paying
yeet.
Yeah, he wasn't paying
Oh.
attention to you.
No, he's just gonna.
He doesn't take you serious.
He's just gonna look at me and judge me and not
Judge
having
for no
yeah,
reason.
Yeah, for no fucking reason.
No reason.
Like he
Both of
thinks
y'all
he's-
have wrong. You accused me on the chat a minute ago, and then whatever you said at the beginning of the show when
That
you're
you're
reading
gay?
that read, you were reading one of the lead-ins, and you said like, Scotty hates the world or some shit like that.
Hates other countries.
Other countries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Race Tech's all the parts are made here in the USA, and I said, even though Scotty hates other countries, I don't know. It's just
Yeah, thanks, man. Just
you're welcome.
call me up.
Do you think anybody actually believes that?
I do.
Maybe.
They all unfollowed.
Our
you.
listeners do. They all. Everybody needs to go unfollow Scotty.
Jake said his A-Ray Mile High Club. Probably.
Man, I don't know how anybody would actually do that.
Those bathrooms are tiny as fuck.
Yeah, and there's always like their stewardess is right there, always. They're like,
Well, and every time I've been playing, there's always like there's just like someone's like watching, and then as soon as the door opens, somebody else goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. And that dude, I had a window seat coming back, and like I had to pee so freaking bad. But like the lady on the outside was asleep, and her husband was sitting next to me watching a movie. I'm like, man, I don't want the trays are down. There's food out.
There's
It's gonna
ocean below you.
What a pain in the ass to like get up and go to the bathroom. So I just kept praying that they would go soon, and eventually they did. Every time they'd get up, I'd get up and go.
How long was the flight?
10 and a half coming back, 9.5 going there.
A straight?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the Concorde's not even flying no more. I can tell you all about that.
I think I heard that they're trying to bring that back or something like it.
No, the company, not Lockheed, but the other company that makes parts for it in 2012 said they're no longer making parts for it.
Okay. Well, either way.
Why do I know this? I don't know. It's the
Lots
Concorde.
of weird shit.
Concorde's cool.
Yeah, I can't.
3-hour flight, but it was $15,000 a ticket.
Time is money.
Somebody told me that some of those flights, like for like first class, are like $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
I paid an extra $100 Sunday night to get a window seat.
And you wanted window?
Yes, because you can.
And then it ended up being your demise.
No, you can lean your head against the window and hopefully sleep. Like I can't sleep just straight up. And they don't when the seats in an airplane when they lean back like you're straight up and you push the button to lean back and you go like 2 inches.
And then why the hell do they make you lean it forward when you're gonna?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't move back.
No.
Anyways,
some dumb stuff, but it was a long flight. Going there went pretty quick, but I was exhausted because I couldn't sleep. So I left at 11:30 a.m. Central, around noonish. So 9 hours later, I guess I get there and then I couldn't sleep. Like I was up almost the whole night. But it was like 9 a.m. Yeah, it was 9 a.m. when I got there, or whatever it was, whatever the time difference was. Maybe I landed around 9:30 a.m. Got to the hotel. It was tough. Those long travels,
having to go to Europe to watch Supercross race and hang out with Ken Rocks and eat dinner with him was just so rough.
So much
oh
fun
my god,
that he didn't get a chance to go to the Eiffel Tower. Life
you
is
were
so
really
hard.
on that.
No, I'm just saying his life is so hard. Yeah, I really am. Like I can't. I'm going camping this weekend.
What do you want him to do? Go up there and do this stupid picture where he holds his hand up like he's holding it?
Just to see. Oh, that's a cool picture. I've never
Oh
seen
my
that.
god, you would be that guy. Or the one where like the one where they go to Leaning Tower Pisa and they act like they lay down and act like it's their dick.
I was thinking. I was literally in my mind.
Do that.
I was literally in my mind thinking about that with the
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel
Yeah, to lay
Tower.
down and have the picture. It looks like
it's all lit up.
Yeah.
I walk out of like the pantry center with my wife and like, look, the broomstick's my dick.
Oh boy. Hey Ray, that's good. All right, guys, we're back. Our next guest of the night is brought to you by Racetech, which is the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company. All Racetech products include award-winning gold valves and settings are 100% guaranteed and made right here in the USA. Visit racetech.com for more info and use that promo code MOTOXPOD to save. Our next guest used to be on Racetech. He has moved on, but that's okay. We still like him. Alex Ray, what's up, dude?
Not much, man. Just fighting this jet lag. Yeah, like you said, Racetech past 3 years, I think, with the team that I was on prior. But like you said, I am moved on. But it's okay. Still love all those guys over there. They're awesome.
Yeah, Checkers and the boys are great. Let's talk about this weekend. Look, you went over there. You've said this. You got to make some money, right? I think maybe a lot of people think, hey, you're a professional racer. You probably make enough to live all year, but that's not the case. You got to make these races. You got to find ways to make money in the off season. So you went to Europe, you went to Australia, you went to Paris. Neither one of them really went how you wanted, but you made a few bucks.
Yeah, no, neither one of them really did. The first one there got knocked out 5 seconds into the first main, and then this one at Paris. First day went super rough, with my chain breaking in the whoops, crashing in the whoops. My knee swelled up, Charlie horse or frog my legs, just crashing, just dumb stuff.
Over the triple.
But, second night went a lot better, no crashes, but was definitely off the pace, definitely rusty. But I just wanted to do the laps. I just wanted to ride and have fun. It was still a great experience. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun to say the least. I tried, pushing a little bit, and then I kind of kept getting sketchy. But yeah, we went in with a little bit of a softer setting with my suspension, thinking it was going to be a hybrid track, not super peaky, but we were wrong. So yeah, went all the way in on the clickers and made the best of it.
Yeah, the one moment where you almost looped out in the whoops, I was like, oh, like you were it was just a rough night. You were coming off the track, just like you said, trying to survive. Can you take anything away from this weekend that you can be positive on? Obviously you said your wrist never really bothers you. That's a positive.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the only positive, right? Like you guys, like you mentioned, my wrist, it's been tough, between both my wrists. I've had 10 surgeries here in the past couple of years, just, like 7 just on one of them, my bad one. And, it's been a lot to come back from. But yeah, like I was stoked. Melbourne, it was a bit sore, I think, afterwards, but this race, like I had no issues with it. And yeah, I was stoked on that. That was pretty much my only takeaway. Like I said, I was a little bit sketched out, with my suspension being soft. I didn't really want to push too hard. I was off the pace. But hey, we did the laps. I was a little bit skittish in the whoops just with, my chain break in and stuff. So I just stuck with the jump line, even though I crashed with the jump line that one time. But, yeah, it was definitely a tough weekend. Tough mentally, just not being where I wanted to be.
Sure.
But all in all, I'm in one piece still. My knees swelled up like a bowling ball still. I could barely get up the stairs. But yeah, like you said, I was in a lot of pain. But just taking away that, hey, my wrist it's getting there. So I'm stoked on that.
So we were talking about before the show and everything about you coming on, and I was talking to Jamie about you being over there, and I'm like, maybe sometimes A-Ray just needs to back it down a little bit and finish. And he made a comment where maybe backing it down for you and your style is actually worse, because then you have weekends like this where, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah, no, sometimes, backing it down and riding the way I did, it's just like, it's so mentally shitty. Like,
yeah.
The amount of, like, the mental side of racing and backing it down and being off the pace, it almost hurts me worse than going out there and wadding my shit up, giving it 100%. Because at least, like, if I'm wadding my shit up, getting sketchy, I know that I've given it 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, hey, Ray, I kind of just wanted to get, like, your overall, opinion about the whole Supercross and Euro, whether it was the World Supercross or the the races you did here, or even the ones you did in Australia. Like, just talk about some of the things that you thought of, like the fans, the tracks, or whatever.
So Melbourne, it was great. Like, the atmosphere was awesome. The whole World Supercross thing, I didn't know what to think coming in. I'd never done one of those, or I hadn't done the first one. Yeah, it was a new team, whole different atmosphere, but I liked it. It was these races that are overseas, they're very low pressure. You go there, you have fun, you get to experience things outside of racing. If you show up a little bit early, you can go and adventure, you see stuff that you've never seen before. You're traveling the world riding your motorcycle, right? Like, it's something that you have to, like, sit back and realize, even though, like, the racing may be shitty, the outcome or the result might not be what you want, or you might be struggling on race day, but at the same time, like, you're in a different country somewhere that you've never been before. You get to experience, the cities, the different people, the languages, the different foods, if you're okay, if your stomach can handle it, or, just like the whole different vibe of racing a motorcycle in a different country.
So what you're saying is when you go to these other countries, sometimes it's kind of important just to see what's there and go see things you may never get to see again.
Yeah. I was young and able to ride a motorcycle in different countries, you know.
Because your boy over here didn't do that. He spent the whole time just hanging out with people he would hang out here with instead of going to see the Eiffel Tower or any of that stuff.
I was working, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Steve's
understandable. You know, with his job, I mean, he's probably going to be able to go back there, you know, numerous times, you know, like for years to come now. So
he's probably gonna get fired.
So that's something that's good for him. You know, me, I'm on my back end of riding a dirt bike, so who knows if I'll ever get that opportunity. I mean, yeah, I could go to Paris, but not to race a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So yeah, it was an awesome experience. You know, I had my fiance there as well. You know, she had been to Paris before, so she kind of, you know, was like a little bit of my tour guide, right? So like we experienced all kinds of different foods. You know, we went to some cool places,
wine,
seen a lot of cool things. So I really just took it all in outside of
awesome.
Being there riding a motorcycle.
How is my girl Sam?
She's good. She's back home, just back to work, you know, just like all of us.
I don't know how you pulled that, dude.
I don't either. You know, that's why I locked it down. You know?
You're gonna let him get away with saying his girl, A-Ray?
Yeah, I mean,
dude, we all know Darkside creeps on everybody's
who the real
chicks.
daddy is.
Dude, Darkside is got a history of not doing anything inappropriate, but just kind of being on the verge of creepy with dudes' chicks. I'm just saying.
Hey, yeah, it's all good. I haven't experienced. I've been single for so long. I haven't experienced it yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I don't have a chance with Sam, so don't worry. A-Ray's not worried.
It's not going to stop you from creeping, though.
Wait till your chick says, "Well, I was talking to Darkside the other day," and you're gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
You should read her DMs. She's got like old dudes in there always trying to be like her freaking sugar daddies all the time. Like, hey, like I'll pay you a salary to fucking hang out with me and shit. Like, it's crazy.
She was trying to She was trying to like put me in contact with her best friend. So.
We'll
see how that goes. Sam was trying to take care of me, but yeah. So all right, 2023 Supercross right around the corner. You're no longer with SGB. Do you have a plan?
Yeah, I do.
Can you talk about it?
I got a new agent, Don Maeda from Swap Moto Live. We're putting together something. Obviously, going to be enjoying the ride with O'Neill. So that's going to be good. I'm going to have like some of my same like sponsors, you know, that I've had for quite a few years now. Like, you know, O'Neill, HJC. I'm going to be on Blue Crew. Just got that whole deal sorted. I think like a little bit of it today. So that was exciting. I'm still going to be on Maxis. You know, we got some guys like Pro Taper on board, W Wheels. Just a lot of great people, right? I mean, Don, he's helped me out, you know, over the years, and we're putting a cool program together. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to get my bike to the East Coast for races right now, but other than that, West Coast, I'll be out of my van. Who knows? I might get it wrapped. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's coming together pretty good.
Blue Crew, man. I'm sure your boy Steve is super stoked on that.
Oh, I know. I'm excited. I shot him a text today. I'm like, dude, I'm bleeding blue. I'm so ready to get that new 23. It's freaking. Oh man, I'm stoked.
That just means you have to perform now. You have no excuses.
I know, right? Zero excuses. I'm going to be on one of the best bikes out there. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
You know, I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit of if you getting to ride for. Unfortunately, it was a brief experience, but you got to ride for the HEP Suzuki team, and I kind of wanted to know what you liked about that team and what you think they got going on, and like what your perspective is on where you think they're going to be in the next couple of seasons.
Yeah, so I mean, I rode for Dustin and that HEP team back in 2019 for a full year. Well, not outdoors, but Supercross only. It was my best overall Supercross result. I was 19th in points after Supercross, and you know, the team has grown and gotten way better since then. You know, the platform they have with that Suzuki, I mean, yeah, it's a Suzuki. It's got a freaking kickstart on it. Everybody knows it. No, but it's not that big of a deal. That bike is still one of the best cornering motorcycles you'll ever have and you'll ever ride. They have pretty much perfected that Suzuki almost, it seems like, with their engine package, their electronics that they have on the bike, their suspension technology that they have with Showa, their suspension techs. That bike is is an amazing motorcycle,
Yep.
and that bike can win races.
They better
Like-
have perfected it by now. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying that like
Yeah, I know.
that bike could win races. You know, with
Sure.
Dustin and Aaron, like everyone over there, they work their butts off. You know, they have good backing. They surrounded themselves with amazing people to work with them on a Suzuki, and that bike is great.
We still gonna get the Cade and A-Ray battles, like updates and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that through Supercross.
Oh yeah, of course. We're hopefully we'll have those battles. Cade, he hasn't really missed many races due to injury.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a little bit better base than I do. But hopefully, like I can find my legs a couple races in on the in Supercross and really get there. You know, like I don't have too many expectations for the first couple rounds. You know, just I want to start slow and finish strong. That's been kind of like something that I've struggled with in the past. Like I start off a little too hot, and then I don't end as strong as I want to. So I wanna build this next year and really do good. Hopefully I kick his ass.
There you go.
We had a listener question. Sport and Wood wants to know if you're going to be able to compete with Chiz now that y'all are on the same bike.
Nobody can compete with Chiz.
I hope so. I mean, shit, I hope so. I mean, the Chiz he's Kyle Chisholm. I mean, he's a lot of people forget that. I mean, yeah, he's old, but he was a factory rider like almost the first 10 years of his freaking pro career. You know, I mean, he's been one of the guys. I mean, he's national number 11.
Yep.
That's his career number. So you don't just get a career number just by being, just an average racer. So he's an amazing human being on and off the bike, and I just hope that I can be somewhere close to him this year.
Well, anyway, let's get it done, man. Let's get you healed up. We want to get a healthy season. I want to see you at every race, and just consistency, man. You know that's what it takes, and it's not easy, right? You could say that all day long, but actually performing it and being consistent is not always the easiest thing, but that's what we need out of you.
Yeah, I want to make it count. I want to show up to every race. I want to get all this racing out of my system, because this is looking to be the farewell tour.
I don't like the sound of that.
Hey, don't say that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Man, we're getting older.
But
we're
you
getting older.
you say that, but if you had a good,
we gotta figure out what we're doing after racing.
if
Right.
you had a good season this year and you met all your goals, all racers are the same. You're not going to be like, you're going to be like, I can do that again and maybe get better.
I don't know. I don't know.
A-Ray, he talked a little bit this week, and he's looking at the future. He's got to figure. He knows he has to figure his future out, and every racer comes to that point. And I think it sounds like you've accepted that a little bit, that you know it's coming, and you got to be mature and figure that out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it always comes to a point you can't do this shit forever. You know?
Yeah.
It's to the point. I feel like it's to the point now to where like I've used my body up, and then some.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's getting there.
Yeah, and you can't live with Kenny Taco Bell forever. It's time to grow up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, A-Ray. Hey, man, thanks for jumping on here. I know you're wore out. I'm ready to go to bed. I feel like I'm dying right now. So, it's good talking to you. It was really good hanging out with you this weekend, and kind of helped me out with the food menu and getting to spend some time with your chick. She's really cool, and I am legitimately very, very happy for you.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it might not be winning on the track, but we're winning off the track.
That's it.
That's all
for
that
sure.
matters.
Good for you, man. A-Ray, I love you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right.
I'll let you.
See ya.
See ya.
You guys were shaking your head, but I wasn't being like weird. I was just. It was.
You have a new
you're just a
nickname.
creep.
One of the listeners called you Creepside.
Oh,
Side.
that's fine. Whatever.
They
That was.
He's like Eeyore.
No, it wasn't
He's
like. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything creepy on that. I mean, I know I've made jokes before, and sometimes I do kind of do those things on purpose, but that wasn't like that.
Oh, I don't think it was. So the thing with A-Ray, I will say, is he has raw speed. If he could have had somebody early in his career tell him, "Hey, you don't have to die every time you're on the track,"
Yeah.
Lightning in the bottle, man.
I mean, I'm
Just
saying,
only
but you look at somebody like Chiz, who. How often is Chiz on the ground? How often is Chiz picking his bike up out of the crowd? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
not everybody's wired that way, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, and like he said, Chiz is was a factory rider for a decade.
I know,
so.
but I'm just saying, like, I'm not. I don't think A-Ray's had that long of a career, right?
10-ish years, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Has it
but
been 10 since he's been
I mean,
pro?
he's got to be 28, 29.
I don't know exactly how long his career's been,
How
but he's
old is
been
he?
around for a while. I mean, look, think we've been doing this show for 7 years. He's been around since then.
Yeah.
Probably at least 2 years before that. So yeah, he's got to be 8, 9 years in.
That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like he has had that long of a career.
Right.
And it's been kind of a struggle the whole time.
It's been up and down, that's for sure. Well,
Not even going to bust TJ's balls about asking how
because he
old
said it
somebody
one
was.
time.
I thought we were not supposed to ask that question anymore.
I don't mind it. I really don't mind that you ask it every time. But it was funny from Arizona that time when you asked me like 27 times in one day.
I did not ask you that many times.
Okay,
25.
20.
No, I did not.
How many riders did we talk to?
I did not ask every single one. Shut the hell up. There's no way.
What
I
was
asked
he
every-
giggling about in the show earlier? He said something. He like giggled in the middle of the show.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't
probably
remember.
saw
It's funny though. It's something on YouTube.
Yeah.
There was, you were
Oh,
definitely.
I don't know, man. They've got there's
It's been kind of crazy.
one of our guys is drinking straight gin, and he's been very entertaining.
Okay, I'm about to wrap this stuff up. I'm gonna take
We're
a
not
shot
gonna-
of Jaeger and go to bed. But
We're not going to call into Pulp.
nah, I don't think so. They're just an hour into the show. He's gonna have guests going. It's too
Yeah,
early.
he calls
Make
in.
time. This is the MOTOX Pod show.
Yeah, I don't think that would probably just irritate him at this point in the show.
Oh, can't irritate Steve.
Hang tight. Steve has a guest on right now, so we're not going to be able to call in, but I'll call in my normal call here in a little bit, and you guys can listen to Pulp later on if you're not listening right now. But yeah, this is episode 249. Thanks to Alex Ray and Cullin Park. I want to thank all of our sponsors: Cherubies USA, Race Tech, Fly Racing, X-Brand Goggles, Works Connection, Torque One Racing, R Jerky, Berm Lords Graphics and Jersey ID, Shock Socks, Williams Motor Works, Extreme Colors, Blood Lubricants, Power Band Racing, TruFusion Sports, and Grill Your Ass Off. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Appreciate all of our listeners. Anything else, TJ, Scotty?
No.
Anything else we want to talk on? There's no events coming up. We're kind of super in off season now.
Yep.
Probably. I'd said we weren't going to do a show this week. We won't do one next week.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to do next week.
Or I'm racing this weekend.
I hope to race this weekend if I'm feeling better. I'm actually feeling better
You
now.
gonna race?
You got a bike?
He does. He has extras.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just loaning one of your bikes.
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
what day is
We'll talk in Sunday is the
Is
Enduro.
Is the Enduro.
Wait, what? Where?
We'll talk about it when we get off.
Yeah,
So I haven't rode in 7 months, and I
So?
went out. Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
you want to do a
Fuck it.
4-hour race?
Yeah, let's go.
It's not a 4-hour race.
Yeah, I don't see how could that
I'm
possibly
feeling
go
way
wrong.
better right now than I was 2 hours ago, so maybe I'm on the downhill side of this already.
Because you're hanging out with me, so
I'm
I'll make
pretty-
everybody feel better.
I'm
The
pretty
show
empty
just
inside.
gets you just.
I'm pretty empty inside, not emotionally, but like physically,
Spiritually.
liquidy. Everything came out throughout the day.
Oh God.
Liquidy.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
That's the end of
Spiritually,
the show.
emotionally, no.
We end the
Liquidy.
show there. Come on.
No.
I think I'm going to eat some chicken noodle soup and see. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning, and hopefully by Friday I'll feel good enough to ride. I needed to ride this week because there's a lot of gear over there I'm supposed to be testing and doing this week, but it's probably not going to happen. So nothing else, guys, from you two?
Nope.
TJ just
Nope.
wants to go home. Scotty, you guys both hate the show. Listeners, I'm sorry
Whoa,
that I'm the only one.
That's you, but that's been you, man. You're the one that's been Eeyore tonight.
No.
I'm just a guy.
When somebody
Don't
says
like
like, "Oh,
nobody.
creepy," I was like, "Okay, I don't think I was." I definitely
I
sometimes
wasn't talking about just that.
make creepy. Like I don't even know that they're
Oh,
creepy. It's just,
I do want to say. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
just flirting with other people's chicks. It's funny to me.
Yeah. All right.
But go ahead.
I just want to say shout out to the YouTube people, guys.
You
a
two
lot,
people, guys.
The YouTube people, guys. Yeah, a lot of them
Awesome.
are some of the ones that usually I know watch Pulp too. So
Yeah,
thank
it's
you
cool.
guys.
Like
Thank-
Sport and Woods hang. I wonder.
Yeah.
Hey, Sport and Wood, are you watching both?
Yeah, so a lot of guys.
Yeah,
are.
a lot of watching
Oh.
both.
Yep. Got
Like
it on
subtitles on one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess something like that.
All right. Hey,
So-
that's cool. I
Hey,
didn't
we
think-
appreciate
I didn't
y'all.
think we'd have anybody
Yeah, I
listening.
thought that y'all would bail as
It's
soon
been
as Pulp
steady
came on, so
between
I appreciate
15
that.
to
Yeah.
12, 15 people.
1,500. We've had
Yeah.
1,500.
1,500
yeah.
listeners. All right.
Awesome. All right, we're about to be out of here.